Welcome to my spot. Here I am sitting up on the hill again in my favorite spot. Today I want to talk a little bit further on the previous video that I made concerning the two streams. The two streams broadly being those people who are preppers, who are preparing to live in nature and are learning bushcraft and preparing and stocking piles of food for the coming disaster that's coming. And then there are the other ones that are awaiting the great transformation of the earth, when alien civilizations will arrive and help us to restructure, remake, remold the earth into a new world of peace and harmony, where everybody will love each other and there will be no problems. Now, like I said in my first little video, I don't believe it's just gonna be either one or the other. I think it's gonna be more like in the middle between these two extremes, if you want to call it that. And I posed the question and I asked, how is this middle of the stream going to work? Now, I thought about it for a little bit, for a day or two, and I think we can take our lessons from the ancient people. If I take the Native American Indian people, they had government, they had structure, they had society, but I think the greatest secret was that they treated nature as a living presence, as not something to be abused, something to be used, but they saw deeper with a spiritual eye beyond appearances. They were not interested in building huge cities and advancing technologically. They were working with nature and not against nature. They understood that nature is very important to them. Without nature, they will not survive as human beings, which modern man has tended to forget. We are drifting further and further away from naturalness, from nature. You now have to pay at most places to enter nature. That bit of nature that you enter is camped off usually, so it is unnatural in the sense that in the time of the Native American Indian there were no fences, there were no borders. The system was one whole. We have gone and broke it into little bits and pieces, and it's all unnatural. Those animals that are in those concentration camps, if you want to call it, are not living their natural lives. It is still unnatural. No matter how big the area is, it is still fenced in and surrounded by people. And the people are living outside and the animals are living inside, and you come and pay to look at nature. You cannot get out of your car. You're only allowed at certain places to get out of your car to actually, then it is a little camped off area again, with a little stool and a little table, with a rubbish bin there. you are not experiencing real nature. Those areas that are still highly natural are forbidden. You cannot go into those areas. The general public cannot go into those areas. So it is becoming more and more and extremely difficult in a city environment to find nature. You go to a park, it's an unnatural, man-made piece of nature. Yes, it's better than sitting in a little flat somewhere surrounded by concrete in a little cubicle than to go to the park and at least touch a tree and touch the grass, and maybe there's water there and flowers there. At least there's a bit of nature, but it is not natural. Those Native American Indians were living in a natural environment with it, in it, and there is something spiritual. There is the universal node inside nature. The moment you come into nature, you feel it. You become quieter in yourself. You become more meditative. Your frequency goes, brainwaves go slower. You are more open and susceptible to the influence from nature. You start hearing the sounds, you start seeing the little things, not great spectacular things, little insects, little birds. You listen to the sounds. You listen carefully. You can hear all the various sounds. You cannot find this in a mall, in a supermarket. There is a hectic frequency there. There is an unnaturalness there. It is all artificial. You look at most of those products are artificial, made of plastic. Piles and piles and shelves of plastic products. Plastic food, as I like to call it. Canned food, processed food. You are not eating natural meat anymore. You're not eating natural vegetables, grow outside. It's all in a controlled, orchestrated environment where animals are living one on top of the other. They are sprayed with insecticides, the vegetables. They are fed with things to make them grow faster and quicker, and they are altered vegetables. So, I'm going off on a little track here, but that is in my heart. What I'm saying is, if you want to walk that middle road, the very first step before you attempt any other is to try and connect to nature. No matter how small the bit of ground, no matter if there's only one or two trees and a bit of grass, at least it's something. If you are lucky and you are living on a farm, or you're living in an area where there's more wider open spaces, use it. Not use it in a sense of developing it, but use it to connect with the universal node, connect with nature again. Just that experience of being in nature for a small amount of time energizes you, it lifts you up, it clears blockages, it is so healing. And we have lost that. We have truly lost that. And we are losing it at a greater and greater rate. So I'm going on a bit about this thing, but this is truly speaking in my heart. I will make another video shortly, trying to carry on with this conversation about taking the middle road. I thank you for listening, and may you have a blessed day, night, morning, whatever it is for you. Love and light to you.